welcome to Alex Rocks. I'm Suzi Dhol.
Hey, I'm Mark E. This week we're talking to Stonetrip and featuring the new 29 Bones video, Live or Die.
And later on we're going to talk to Matt Dhol about his immense history in Australian music, from the Mavises to what he's doing now. And we're also celebrating our 21st episode of Alex Rocks.
Here's 29 Bones.
We're with Matt Dhol from the Mavises and many other projects. Welcome to Alex Rocks.
Thanks for having me. Nice to see you guys.
And we've also got Nelly.
My little shadow here.
Can you tell us a little story about Nelly before we get into the music?
Well, I met Nelly in 2019 in Seminyak, Bali, under a car, homeless.
Wow.
And I just fell in love with her.
Oh,
and
wow.
She'd follow me every day down the street and then through the traffic and stuff, and I was like, don't follow me. But I just sort of fell in love with her.
What an incredible...
And then, I just started the process of bringing her back to Australia and giving her a home with me. But it took a year.
Yeah, she's gone from a street dog to being
Miss
on television.
Miss Elwood.
Yeah. Very cool. Wow. I mean, people, they get rescue animals all the time. Oh, wow. Streets of Indonesia to St Kilda, and wow, look at that, beautiful, healthy.
Jakarta, Kuala Lumpur for a long time, and then Korea, and then Melbourne.
Fantastic. Wow, well-travelled.
We had to manoeuvre.
Well-travelled hound.
But Matt, I
Okay.
must say it must be hard for you because your sister is currently stuck overseas.
Yeah.
So
She's not in Kuala Lumpur though, waiting,
No,
waiting
she's in
extradition.
Waiting to be
Oh.
rescued.
she's no.
Hey, Beck.
Hey, Beki. Tell us about the Mavises.
Well, there's such a big story there. Like, the older you get, like the more sort of history
Yeah.
you realise how long ago it was and how young you were and what, all the things you
Well, you were
stages
quite
we
young,
did.
and then you
Yeah.
were dragged into, Mushroom Records, Premiere, and all that stuff at a young age.
Yeah, well, our first gig in Melbourne, we were underage, and there was an indie label that signed us to a tape. They put out a cassette tape, and then they put out a single, and they sort of every year something happened with the band independently, and by '95, Mushroom, we signed to Mushroom.
Yeah, I think that's about the time.
But that was like, it took a long time, but it was
It
sort of
did.
a gradual step. So,
Well, you went to the White Label, didn't you?
we got signed to White Label, which had Hunters and Collectors,
Yeah.
Frente, who else? Dead Star.
Yeah.
It was like an offshoot of Mushroom.
Yeah, Mushroom.
And then we went on to the main Mushroom
Yeah.
with Cry and
Yeah.
stuff.
You
Yeah.
crossed over.
We crossed over.
But you've been working with Vanessa from Valentine and Summerfall.
Valentine, her other band with her sisters, Bambi Kills.
Yes. We
Yeah.
work with them a lot, yeah.
I've been working on a lot of solo stuff, which is kind of has a lot of electronic elements as well, but also I'm going to be working more acoustic stuff and maybe some rock stuff.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So
Yeah.
when
Cool.
you say acoustic, are you just talking guitar? Or?
Just talking guitar, voice, maybe some strings and stuff. But I
Yeah.
want to get back to that because for a while I used to write a lot with just guitar and
Nelly
vocals.
and Nelly.
I've always got a
it's-
Well,
song singing at my
Nelly's
side.
good.
Always a very-
This is percussion right here.
Yeah.
It's always a real rich, stripped back
Yeah.
vibe. Just acoustic, the vocal, acoustic, and and some strings over it too. That
Yeah.
lush, very nice.
Well, yeah, I kind of changed my writing style for quite a while because then I came to a point where I was sick of just writing that, and so I'd build instrumental tracks with electronic stuff
Yeah.
and synths and guitar and stuff, and then would write like a melody over an instrumental. But now I'm kind of going back to the old way.
Yeah.
So it goes in kind of cycles.
Well,
Stripping
that's
it back,
it.
Rediscovering the
yeah.
guitar
Yeah.
again.
I
yeah.
mean, some of it, like we talked about Mannequin, Descott and things like that, like two-piece band.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan at the moment of bringing in different instruments, like strings or
Yeah.
harp or...
I love harps.
I know.
There's always a hidden harp in
Don't
some of
bring up
Mavis's tracks
bagpipes
too.
with me.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously. Bagpipes.
Real harps?
Yeah.
Or-
no, there was
no.
there was one song we were recording. Oh, it took ages because I was like, I want a harp like that. It was kind of like those storybook, those children's storybooks.
Oh yeah.
But one of those harps.
Snow
like
White,
a
Disney Channel,
a Disney harp.
We're not talking blues harps here. We're not going John Lee Hooker here. This is the fucking princess shit down the staircase. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing now?
All right. Cool.
Thank you so much, Matt, for making the time to come in. And Nelly,
Thank you.
all
Cheers,
the way
Matt.
from Bali
Nice one,
to
Matt.
Australia.
Mwah. Love you guys.
Thanks
Love you.
so much for your time today.
Oh, this song is for all the dog lovers. It's called Sister Shadow.
Sister Shadow is coming around again. But if I knew you'd stay, I'd be on my knees forever and a day. Mountain eagle, watch and pray. Oh, will the desert roll?
We're here with Stonetrip. Hey, Mick, Sebastian.
Hey.
Hey, welcome to Alex.
Hey, how are you?
Show.
Thanks for having us.
No,
Thanks
thank you coming aboard.
Yeah, man. Hey, good to see you guys. Loving the new single, the new video, which we will be screening soon. So, can we have a bit of the Stonetrip history? How did you guys sort of get together?
Okay, Stonetrip, it's a long story, but I'll make it as short as I can. Stonetrip happened over a wild night, actually, with me, the singer, and another guy. We're just drinking one night, and
It's always there's always another guy.
The best bands
and the other friend of ours who's not in the band at this time, he owns a studio, so we're there partying and drinking, and he's got this mad studio. So we thought, well, let's write some songs, and we're all from different, we're all been around the block a few times. So we start writing this material, and we thought, oh, this is so good,
Yeah.
And as I said, and then we listened to it the next day, and the week after,
So
and it was
the
like
synergy
still good. It's like
was
it wasn't
right.
just
Good organic,
out of-
just vibe.
exactly.
Cool.
From then, it sat around for maybe a year and a half. And the singer Mark Ritchie, he calls me up one day and he goes, "Listen, this is just I've had to listen to the stuff again. It's just too. We have to put this out on the road,
Oh, great.
So I said, done.
What's the Sebastian story? Come on, pipe up.
Yeah, I'm from Chile.
Yeah.
I grew up interestingly listening to very similar kind of music because of my dad. With the 70s, he belongs to the hippie era. In Chile was big as well.
Yeah.
Same time. And my older brother was big guilty and everything. He was a big fan of the 90s grunge and metal scene. So I grew up listening to that. And when I listened to
What a great combination.
Yes.
So you got 70s rock, 90s grunge.
And
Can't get better than
in
that.
Chile, folk music is huge as well.
Yeah.
South American folk. So I started playing punk and popular music. Then I studied music. I come from like the academic side of things. So I got into jazz, funk, some of the Afro-American styles, including blues, which influenced rock, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's a big part of Stonetrip as well, which I love. And then I went out to work in cruise ship orchestras.
Oh, wow.
So I played a lot of different styles, and I love that. And that's a big reason why I'm with Stonetrip is the rock for me it's like a stone that's there that has to be there for me to be grounded.
Yeah.
Well, stone,
That's
rock,
awesome.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a major part what Sebastian brings to the table, in our writing process and the parts he puts to, our style of, rock.
An element, another element. Yeah,
the bass and the bass moves.
Yeah.
It
it's not just four on the floor.
No,
you got
it's not,
some. You got jazz, funk elements, all sorts of this amazing tapestry of your inspiration.
I try to fit into the style and certain languages.
So how long have you all been working on this stuff
Well,
together?
it's only been a year since Sebastian's been with us, and the band itself.
Like 2 years.
Yeah, about 2 years. Yeah.
Well, time's a bit elusive at the moment,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. So it's still quite young, and
How much precedence would you put on a producer in recording an album?
oh, that's a great question. That's a really good question, and I don't really think about it until things happen and I love it. It's a sound. Like at the start, like I've got a certain guitar sound that I like.
Yeah.
And that's my comfort sound. That's how I play it. That's what I'm used to.
Yeah.
But then when when someone gives you options or places it somewhere else, frequencies and this and that, you don't know how to react until you hear it in a whole with the band, and that's a great thing about Ricky Ray.
Yeah.
You know, he kind
So
of.
is he? Would you consider him a member of the band?
Well, a member of this sound for sure.
Yeah.
On a good day.
You know, yeah.
Responsible
You know,
of
he's.
the sound that we
You know,
Yeah,
he did
it's
something.
very-
It's either you, whenever you listen to something, it's either
Yeah.
you like it or you don't, or you don't care, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, he
But
made
finding
it
the
so.
right producer
Yeah, I think
is-
he got to know all our brains within a short amount of time to what we were kind of after, not knowing what we're after.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and he's just kind of whizzed up, you know, his magic.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
Look, thanks so much for joining us tonight, and
Well, thank you.
let's rock
Yeah.
out with Stonetrip.
Cheers, Mick. Sebastian.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
All
Thank
right.
you.
This is Sideways by Stonetrip.
I've been cruising down the same road too long in overdrive. I've been driving on the wrong damn side of the road. I've been flying down this freeway of love all night long, an indication for the right side. Step out in the overtaking lane on the outside. Sideways in the overtaking lane on the outside. Say. I've been drifting around the same bends too long, spinning out, spinning out, spinning out, spinning out. So step out in the overtaking lane on the outside. Sideways in the overtaking lane on the outside. Step out in the overtaking lane on the outside. Sideways in the overtaking lane on the outside. Step out in the overtaking lane on the outside. Sideways in the overtaking lane on the outside. Spinning out, spinning out, spinning out, spinning out, spinning out.
We're going to put some gigs on this year.
Indeed, we do. It's high time that the gigs are happening again. Yes.
Yeah. So we've got to explore different ways to put on shows. We've got the complaints department coming up. They're doing it out of a church.
Gigs out of a church, gigs out of we're shooting out of an old theatre here, which will be very soon hosting live full blown rock and roll events. Sure.
But it's really difficult because obviously a lot of venues have struggled over the last 8 months.
Everyone has, but sure.
Yeah. So paying live bands has become a lesser priority. Could we say that?
No, I wouldn't put it that way. I think people are just trying to survive.
Well, exactly.
You know, so
But
hey,
we all are.
If you can afford to pay a live band, I guess that
Yeah.
means you're doing okay if you're a venue. But
So
now it's opening up now. It's opening
Yeah.
up. So,
but
that's
to
no
present
longer an issue.
Well, to present our music, how do we do that? So
Well, things are opening up now, so venues are able to. You've got capacities rising on a daily basis. Now you can. I think we're running at 75% in Victoria.
Yeah.
And sure, like I'd say, by mid-year we'll be back to. I hope. Normal capacity. Let's hope. Fingers
So,
crossed.
you know,
by the end of the year, yes.
Cherry Bar's got
Oh, yeah. Look,
things
I think this,
going
across the
on.
board now, I think venues are allowed to have. I think it's. I think
Memo.
75%. I think is yeah.
Yeah, the Palais.
So it's becoming financially viable for venues to. Well, they're able to pay. They're able to open. Hey, at least just open.
Yeah.
Let alone put on entertainment. They're actually able to open and getting music in. Sure, will be a bonus, but that is happening, isn't it?
It is happening,
it's happening
and
again.
also a lot of regional venues, Archie's Creek, Macedon,
Sure, across the
those.
country, you're going to see that. You know,
And it's becoming a little bit different because people are exploring.
they have to.
We're not just focusing on the inner city venues anymore. They're
That's
going
right.
to the country pubs
That's
to
right, yeah,
display their
yeah.
talent as well as other non-traditional venues.
Yeah, I think with as far as live entertainment goes, you know, it's been a bit of a wake up call, you know, for everyone. Well, one, because people are actually missed being able to go to the local pub and see a band. I know, of course, more in the inner city, but sure, you know, you probably got venues. In rural areas that are considering maybe for the first time in a long time putting on live music, Australian bands, you know,
Yeah.
because suddenly there's a demand again
There
for
is.
it, which is fantastic. You know.
And I think people like to go a little bit rural these days.
Go rural or go home, and then
Yeah.
go rural again, and then pop into the city,
Yeah.
and then go back.
But yeah, look, we'll have live music in the inner city venues, but we understand everything changes every day.
Across the board, nationally, I think I think, you know, the touring circuits are going to open up. Everything's going to open up again. And look, you know, people are going to have to look at doing things a little differently. But hey, that's a good thing. I think everyone's had a good shake-up. There's been a lot of negative results. Obviously, people have done it hard. But you know, I think that you know, there's been a lot of positives out of it as well.
And I think
Yeah.
exploring those other venues, like sports clubs, churches, you know, not your traditional pub, it opens it up to them.
It has. It's changed the way people put things together. This is an odd theatre, cinema complex we're shooting out of today. Hey, look, you know, we're going to be putting on full-on live band lineups out of here very shortly. Full production. So hey, that's something that maybe this place wouldn't have thought of doing.
I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that one thing that we have learnt through this plague pandemic thing is we don't need to just have the local bar. We can go to the church, we can go to the cinema, we can go to the sports club or the life-saving club. As long as we've got a good PA,
Yeah.
we can go anywhere.
They're even doing some little laneway gigs around town at the moment. I hear that that are about to start happening. But sure, yeah, I think that's. Look at all the bars that are now running business out on the streets.
Well, that's the unfortunate thing, though, is how many bars that we have lost, and that's why we are having to explore
Yeah.
different ways to present.
Sure, no, I was just saying about, you know.
Yeah, I know,
people-
but we've lost 20 bars.
Yeah, well, see, St Kilda's no longer. See, it used to be about little. You know, we used to have a bunch of little bars. St Kilda now, the new St Kilda is about big rooms. Okay, big rooms. So St Kilda is now the Palais, the Prince Band Room, the
Mimo.
Esplanade Hotel, the Gershwin Room, the Alex Theatre, you know, the Mimo. We're talking venues that have 500, 600, 700 to 1,000 plus capacities now. So sure, St Kilda's lost the Dogs Bar and you know, a string of other. There was, you know, it was known as. I suppose, you know.
No, the smaller bar. Well,
Yeah.
you know,
So
the
that's exciting.
150 sort
Yeah.
of venue, but now we're looking at 400 venues.
Yeah, so we actually, St Kilda does have, well, we're just talking, in St Kilda, but of course,
Yeah, but I think that
it's a national show.
regardless of St Kilda's situation, our situation is reflective across the country.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it is.
Point being, venues are opening up and the demand is there.
And
it's
choose your
great.
own venue. It does not have to be a pub.
No.
Hi, Olga.
Hey, Olga.
Hey guys!
All
How
right.
you going?
Yeah, good. What's going on?
I don't know, but
Look at you.
Just got my head up in the clouds.
what's going on with you? And where is Social Cat?
He's drifting around somewhere.
He's came out of the aeroplane. He's gone. That's it. No,
He doesn't have a
Really?
parachute.
No more.
So what do we got next week?
Okay, so next week we have Truck and Palace of the King.
All right, rock on, sister, and please find Social Cat. And thank you for joining us for this episode of Alex Rocks.
Cool. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.
It's a good night from him.
And it's good night from her.